I'm Brian Christner, and this is The Byte, a bite-sized podcast about containers, cloud, and tech.
Welcome back to The Byte, episode number 57. It's rainy and gloomy outside today, but hey, we can't have sunshine every day. I hope everyone's doing all right. In this episode, we're going to talk about the work from home list. And this is a project actually we developed during a meeting. So 56K Cloud team was having a meeting, and we were just discussing the challenges our customers are facing, finding work from home tools like software and hardware, collaboration tools, chat tools, headphones, microphones, etc. And we just find that, people are looking for this information, and they look at blog posts and they look at different areas, and they're not really finding the information that they're looking for. In our meeting, we actually just said, hey, why don't we just put together a side project quickly to kind of meet these needs and put all the work from home gadgets that we like, for example, desks, microphones, headphones, collaboration tools, and put it all into a list that's easy to filter. And we said, yeah, we'll just put it out there and, let people kind of use that as a reference point to find work from home tools. Well, we put an Excel sheet together, and this Excel sheet just basically said, we want an MVP. We want to launch it as quickly as possible, little development effort, little coding effort as possible. And we listed out the features we wanted. We wanted features that basically, was able to filter the different work from home tools. We wanted a simple landing page, easy to use. And from the back end side, we wanted super simplistic to add new products. So how it works is it's a landing page, and people can actually submit through a type form. And I'll put the link in the show notes. A type form is just basically an online form. They fill out some details, and the results end up in a Google Sheet. That was it. We developed the front end. We worked on some different use cases and kind of expanded a bit. And we filled in the initial load of products. And from idea during the meeting to developing the features in this Excel list and kind of deciding what features we wanted to the launch was under 1 week. So from idea to launch was under a week, which is quite impressive. Now, we launched the product, work from home list, wfhlist.io, and we launched it on Reddit. We launched it on Indie Hackers, dev.to, Hacker News, Product Hunt. We went through the whole list. And you know what? We saw a little bit of traction from Indie Hackers. From dev.to, we saw a little bit of traction. Hacker News, it was on the front page of the Show HN projects for maybe, an hour or two before it fell off the list. It wasn't really high up. It didn't get a lot of votes in Hacker News. And for Product Hunt, however, I submitted work from home list to Product Hunt approximately, I made it list at 12:01 Pacific Standard Time. And the reason you do that for Product Hunt is you want a full day of exposure on Product Hunt front page, because it always works from PST time, so California time. So from midnight to midnight, you get 24 hours to get exposure on the front page. And I scheduled it to actually go on the front page at 12:01, and instantly I start getting a lot of feedback, or we start getting a lot of feedback, I should say. And we were floating around the top 12 on Product Hunt most of the day. And that's pretty impressive in itself, to launch something and get up on the front page of Product Hunt. And then we became featured on Product Hunt, and it just kept on going. We started getting a lot of exposure. We started getting a lot of traffic. And we were seeing anywhere between about 10 to 20 people online at any time during the day. And over the course of the day, we saw 800 users for the launch. So that's pretty impressive in itself. We had zero exposure in Google. We had zero search engine recognition. And to just launch the Product Hunt and get 800 users to visit the site, it's quite impressive. We also received 215 Product Hunt votes, which is also cool. That it actually shows, it's validating our idea, that people think it's a good idea, that a work from home list would actually provide value. And we also received 25 people that submitted their ideas of products to the list. So that's also pretty cool because people also see the value of it and they want to add, their products that they find brings a lot of value. So we're continuing adding new products to the list. What's interesting though is we were initially using another Google or analytics tool, and we just weren't seeing a lot of Google recognition. It wasn't showing up in the search results. The instant we switched to Google Analytics, we popped up everywhere. I mean, you can find all the links to the sites. You can see Reddit and everything. All the links are popping up in Google. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but it's just kind of fishy that once we enable Google Analytics, we saw all sorts of traction from Google. It was an exciting time because a lot of the team has never launched a product before. So, we took the idea, we fostered it, we developed it, and we launched it all within a week, which is quite impressive. And we stuck to our guns. We limited features, limited automation because we just wanted to launch the product and get validation as quickly as possible, which we did because we got great feedback on Twitter. We got a lot of people messaging us, telling us a cool idea, a cool thing you guys did. So we're quite happy with the results. We are going to decide on the next steps of the product now and understand, how we can continue evolving it. And maybe since we had so much fun doing this, we might launch a couple more as side projects. Now, the time invested in this, I would say maybe 20 hours total between the entire team. So quite impressive that 25 hours of work landed us on the front page of Product Hunt. For Reddit, the Reddit moderators are just super difficult. I submitted it there, got a few votes, and instantly it was taken down because I didn't follow some rules or whatever. It's just super difficult. Indie Hackers, it was a great exposure there because, it's a building community. Everyone's really wanting to help each other. So got some good feedback there. Dev.to, I submitted there. We did get some feedback, but I didn't see much commenting, but I saw a lot of incoming links. Hacker News, I continually see incoming links for Hacker News, but again, no comments, no votes. So it's quite interesting. Next steps, we're going to understand how we can automate the products. So when somebody adds a product, once we validate it, we can just add it right to the list and kind of adjust the product descriptions, etc. We also want to add more filters. We want to add a bit more functionality around the actual website and the voting and things like this. And eventually commenting for the user. So users can actually comment per product and say, hey, I like this product. Here's the pros, cons, etc. That's our idea for the product. We have some time on our hands. We're in the COVID lockdown right now. So we all decided, hey, we have a little bit of extra time. Let's do this project. So that means you can also do something quite similar. Like we said, we didn't invest a lot of time and we just kind of really defined the requirements quite well up front, launched it, and made it to the front page of Product Hunt. You can do the same. Why don't you try it? If you do, let us know on Twitter. That's all for this episode. Stay tuned because I'll make sure to update you on what happens next with Work From Home List. And if we at all maybe monetize it or however we can do that, we'll find out. But thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Byte. You can find the show notes at thebyte.io and follow me on Twitter at I Do My Own Tricks.